Good afternoon, this is Jennifer Barrera. Today on Tendencies Therapy Stories, Video Cine, Online, and other, I will be discussing systems of acting. You can be in a country that's North American and you have different system of acting that come. Some are working among them and some work separate of them. Some you have heard that the Mexican bring telenovelas or they bring their actors and do work. Some request that they're paid. There's different systems that go along those lines. There's people that have different pathologies, different patterns of their thoughts or actions, of their being, of their own selves, and what they request out of life, the individual, and then versus society, what society requests of them. So here, what I will say, attest, certify, and do request is that people understand that sometimes systems are requested to be outside of a country. Usually, owners do not face that issue or that complexity. Oftentimes, everything is accepted within laws, and laws are registered. Then there's laws that can be national, international. Some are laws that are bypassed, but oftentimes they can bypass if you're the owner, right? So you really have to know if there's many systems working together. You have to know that also. Oftentimes you hear people saying they're in production. In my case, I've certified when I was in production, and then when I'm not in production, I'm just, a business person. I'm just my own individual person. So, I have my own life. So I like to say that whenever we ask systems to be out, as I asked in the past for Mexican or specific Hispanic or specific American or specific European, oftentimes we do with the good knowledge that we have to reinforce our work, or we're doing a specific production, or we're really discussing with different culture, multicultural background, and people really have to have their own specific quality of life or details or specific. Some people don't want that, but specifically want to redesign what they're doing. So based on that, people have to really go and deal with that. So wishing this clarifies this specific. If you don't know much, and if people don't know much, you can ask many different people among the pool of lawyers, the pool of the specific owners. In cinema, theater, we hear less of that. All those theater students are not more in cinema picture. Those that study a lot of illustrations sometimes will go and know about specific people. Oftentimes you hear people on sculpture, paintings, then they go into the realms of other arts. You can also sense that in specific people in science. There are specific people that worked along the lines, some specific doctors. So really, if you have no idea, kindly ask around. Don't feel ashamed, but don't bother people, right? Asking around doesn't mean you have to bother and just bulge inside of people and make them feel uncomfortable. Kindly don't do that. So wishing this can give a bit of insight, a bit of light into the thoughts that I had mentioned before. Also, sometimes you hear disparity among actors, how they handle others or how they deal with. I've often said what I don't have to deal with, and I have to deal with it because people didn't understand that I'm not the person that must be dealing with them. So a lot of people kind of go against opposite when they don't know, and then you kind of have different mindset, and then you have different patterns. And so kindly do acknowledge that also. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.